say good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. And if it's good night, enjoy that pillow that is right under your chin, under your neck. And good night. Let the bugs not bite. That's what they tell us. All right. And then to Korea, another episode here, another athletics perspective, sports perspective. And we go from here. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for the latecomers. Call them late boomers. You're booming in Tukoriada. Enjoy the show. We go from here because we are marching on. We are marching on to the finale of World Championship in Tokyo. And before that, we got to deal with things that have to do with life. Life is life. It's beautiful. It's ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? That's how life is. And if you ask most people, they think it's all good, is it? I call it the liberal idealism. Liberal idealism, I just made up that word. I think we expect more from people than we expect from ourselves. So we project our flaws on other people, our lack of. And so when Shakira Richardson had an episode or a drama scene at the airport, people have been salivating. It's headline news. She's popular. She's only 25. Let's look back in Olympics trials when the world was like, oh, look, a villain. She's on weed and she's smoking marijuana. And we couldn't stop talking about her since then. She's become an household name. Some of us think we know her very well. So we have opinions. We have moments where we think we really know Shakira. Like I said, I've encountered this person just on the track. She's a human being trying to go through the moments of pre-race where she's meditating, she's getting into focus, she trains for this. And that's all maybe we know about that person. And then Shakira the other day offered an apology for a fallout with the media and the fans, and now she behaved at the airport. And even an apology in this day and age is not enough, is it? Once we think you are a villain, mostly you're an African American, you will never redeem yourself. What happened to Will Smith and the slap on Chris Rock? Will he ever be forgiven? He was a Hall of Famer. He had great movies. And listen, I'm not looking at this thing from a race perspective. I think it's a human perspective. It's harder on people of color when they fall out of grace in this age and day and age. And first of all, let's have these things right. You know, people of African descent have always been seen as villains to begin with. The N-word has a lot of villain component. When you hear some of these words people use to describe certain people of certain race, it has all the dog whistle of their villains, they are criminals. So if you add that to their behavior, the Richardson at the airport doing that, oh, she's violent, she's out of control. And then it is spiraled from that point on. People have to really zoom in and say, look at her tattoos, look at her behavior, look at her demeanor. So we start to dissect human beings. And in this day and age whereby we are total bankrupts when it comes to compassion, we are just bankrupt as a people, as a species. I would say this, we are just at the bottom of that barrel of compassion and love and grace. Forgiveness is out of here. But I like what somebody said here when she gave that. And I think when Shakira went into self-reflection, self-awareness, seeing that she has to rein in on the damages. She's only 25 and she's working hard to be in this place. And I think for some of us who've been following her career, she's had a tough childhood and we forget that quickly. Because I think one of the challenges we face is that once you leave your house, once you leave your ecosystem of family, we expect that, you have to be well presented. You have to have a decorum. You have to have some etiquettes that come with being a star. You can never go wrong. So, but somebody shared something that I don't think I forgot. And I think what happened in her childhood was pretty traumatic, and I think it's affected her. She talked of being abandoned or being pretty much left to dry, so to speak, or left to her own by her mother. She's spoken about that motherhood, mother that was not present in her life, and I like that in her apology she seems to reflect on that being what makes her behave a certain way. But some of us who are just looking for perfection, we expect her just to run fast and go home and sleep. Just run fast and go home and sleep. As if they are divorced from their own issues. They are detached from their own internal issues. And I think she's struggled with that conditional love growing up. And I think one of the things that I remember that she shared, now I'll read this from what she shared before, that she's asked herself many questions as a young girl, young adult, young lady. This is what she said. I quote her, I've always was asking myself growing up, what's wrong with me? Why is it that you don't want to be here? She recalls. Like if my mother doesn't want to be around me, then I was like, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to be around me. That is just almost a diagnosis, as you can, that tells us everything you want to know about somebody sometimes. And mother love, father love, or any partner love, or anybody, custodian, who doesn't give you unconditional love, never present. Always you are questioning yourself, what, as a child, really, what's wrong with me? Why am I not being loved the way I think I should be loved? And some of these foundations, some of these ingredients of life, some of these traumas, some of these particles that just creates a reservoir of things that will plague you down the road. And sometimes those becomes issues that you have to deal with a certain way. And I think for us, when we look at Shakira, we look at her in this perfect world of Olympiad, world champion. But we forget she's a human being. She's barely 25. And so I bring this because I think as somebody who dissects and observes and talks about athletes, track and field, I've tried to really be patient a little bit on when I talk about people because I really don't know them. Let's ask this question. Do you know Shakira Richardson? Do you? As a fan, do you? Is it just the actions you see and it's enough to arrive at what you call, this is who she is? She's a villain. She's out of control. Her emotional intelligence is so low. What about your emotional intelligence? How do you come out when you are having a moment of, when you are really challenged by something like a partner, or you're challenged by a moment of rage? How do you deal with that? Have you dealt with it in a way that if a camera is there, you'd be like, yeah, I did this, look at me, I'm very good, I'm under control. So Shakira, to be honest with you, her apology was genuine, I believe. I think she's found a space. Some people are even questioning whether she's the one who wrote it down. Who cares? She apologized. She says, listen, I was out of control. Why are we questioning even the apology? It is very interesting that we've ran out of any compassion whatsoever. We don't have it. Let's face it. All we deal is what I call liberal idealism, whereby you're either this or you're cast out or you're canceled or you should be shipped to Siberia and rot, or if we Guantanamo Bay, whatever you call it, get them out of here. We need ideal human beings. Where are they at? Have you seen those perfect human beings? When's the last time you met one? So, for me, Shakira Richardson, she's a human being, wonderful lady. She's found her growth in sports. She's channeling her energy whatever way she can. She'll make mistakes. So will I. Let's have those moments to reflect on ourselves. To Koreada fans, we are human beings after all. We are flawed to the core. Let's have some compassion, some love, some forgiveness, some grace in this To Koreada, talking about the apology of a great woman, Shakira Richardson. Go, go! Talk to you guys later. Keep subscribing, because in liking and in viewing and in telling me you are there, We are connected. Talk to you later. On the other side of the pillow, love covers all forms of sin, including mine and yours.